Welcome back to Frostpunk. We are currently comfortably resting with a good income of coal, and our hope is slightly rising. It was easier to rise the hope with order, but I don't know what the next laws and faith will bring us, so that will be interesting. It's, on the other hand, much easier to just build 2 houses of prayer in comparison to having to build guard posts all over the city in the other mode. Oh, these buildings we can tear down. How's the temperature map? Quite good. Quite content with this in minus 40 degrees Celsius. This one has access to 62 wood, so that one is going out, and this one is also going out. Good. This expedition really needs to reach Winterhome, but it will help with the upgrade that we're getting on the lighter scout sleds. There we go, down to 10 hours instead. Now, our next upgrade. The generator power allows us to raise the temperature, but triples the coal usage. Generator range. Difference engine. Now we need to go with the bunkhouse for now. And the bells are tolling. I think we could use a few more workshops. We have plenty of engineers, so... Now what? The rebirth of faith. Sir, people have started to visit the House of Prayer. There aren't many of them yet, but it might be the start of something special. It seems they really needed a proper place of worship. I'm glad to hear that. Didn't do anything with our hope, though. Can pass a new law. Let's have a look at purpose. So we can do evening prayers, which is a use thing, raises hope and lowers discontent. Or we can have shrines, raise the hope of people working nearby. One day, 12 hours, 18 hours. You will have to build 3 shrines. Okay, let's go with the shrines first. Shrines shall be built. Ah, perfect. It's an over-the-road thing. One there. What did this thing cost to build? 10 wood, 10 steel. Okay, one there. And one there. That one is soon disappearing, so... I don't think I want to waste 10 steel on just one of these. And what I can do is rather just build... because I think they only cost wood. I can just build 2 more of these. And I can move them over there. Let's put that into overtime and staff it. Shrines have been erected. People feel encouraged to pray more often. Hope rises. Excellent. Then we can tear this building down and tear this building down. We're actually reaching a critical point where we would need another resource storage for coal. I didn't expect that to happen. At least not that soon. 72 left, 50 left. People regain hope. For the first time, the Londoners have failed to persuade anyone to abandon our city and flee to London. People are recovering from their shock at the news of a winter home and starting to hope for the future. I'm glad to hear that as well. Apparently, I seem to be glad to hear many things. Scouts have reached the winter home. Excellent. We climbed up to the edge of the city. We stood there, speechless, staring at the scene of devastation. It's a city of the dead. Most of the buildings are destroyed and the generator has exploded. Search might provide steam cores. The fall of Winterhome. The streets of the ruined city are littered with scores of dead bodies. The City Chronicle describes the shortage of food and citizens' increasing despair, the following squabbles, riots and descent into anarchy, fights for dwindling resources and the eventual starvation. The last entry, God forgive us, we are eating our dead. There is no hope. Sites discovered, freshwater springs in American camp. May they rest in peace. 2 steam cores. Ah. We can send an outpost team there to get wood. And I think we'll go over to the freshwater springs. And these guys will send out to the American camp. We need to pick coal on this one. Bunkhouse has been researched. Let's just move straight on to house. We're going to need a very uncomfortable amount of steel for the houses. And we do need the houses before day 21, as the temperature will drop to -60. Which will not look good. Most buildings will be chilly to cold, some even very cold. Breath of hope. Sir, people have started to leave personal charms, beads and written prayers at shrines as votive offerings. It seems it helps them keep their spirits up in these trying times. And again, I'm glad to hear that. These have arrived at the freshwater springs. Several pools are kept from freezing by a hot spring deep underground. Patches of hardy lichens cling to the bare rock at their edges. It looks like a good place for a hideout. Search the area. Degenerated but alive. Near the freshwater springs we met some refugees from Winterhome. They are a sorry sight and seem to be completely unmoved by the fate of their city. Asked what kept them from starving, they look away, then mumble something about eating lichens. Sites discovered, Frozen Grove and Snowcliff. We got 22 workers and 7 children. Let's escort them back home. And with 7 children, I think we need... Yes, we need another child shelter then. This one is done. Let's dismantle it. Same with this. But we need sawmills. How does it look over here? And nah, we have enough wood at the moment. House researched, good. The next thing we should research then is generator power upgrade level 2. And we can start building some houses. Also pass a new law. We have field kitchens, which will raise the temperature of nearby workplaces by 1 level. And we have the House of Healing. Doesn't require engineers, treats the gravely ill and gives all patients a small hope bonus. That's not bad. So this is 1 day 12 hours and this is 1 day 12 hours. Let's go with the evening prayers.
A new law has passed.
And do that.
Workday ends. It's time off.
Now we'll put this into emergency shift. You promised people warmth, you delivered. Hope rises. Ha! Everyone stopped building because they're going to church. That's funky. Okay, so we have 2 houses done. Temperature for them should be red. Good. We have reached the American camp. There's not a living soul in the camp. We found about a dozen emaciated bodies. Should that be emaciated? No idea. Surprisingly, most of them were amputees fitted with prosthesis. Starved Americans. The American camp was well supplied with everything, except food. Searching the tents, we found more victims of hunger. Most of them have badly worn but sophisticated artificial limbs bearing a company symbol, Tesla Manufacturing. We can only bury them and take their equipment. Site discovered temporary settlements. We can get some steel and a steam core. That's probably a location with survivors. Ah, let's go there. You're waiting because the storage is full. And we have room for... We have 64 vacant beds, that's 44 vacant beds. So we do need a child shelter. That looks like as good a position as any. Let's build a road. And we need to put on the heater and some workers in these sawmills now that they're done. Also, I think we need more housing. Build 2 bunkhouses for now. $202 living near a house of prayer, so we have 4 people that do not live near a house of prayer. Aha, that building. Tear it down then. Also, someone seemed to be lacking a fighting arena. The building over there. Well, that'll be fine. I'm going to extend the range of our steam hub soon anyways. Generator power level 2, then need the steam hub range is the next one. I don't think we need to go into steam level 3 currently, that's a waste of coal.
Work time. Get back to work.
Could potentially tear that one down. We have 54 vacant beds. I think we'll do that. The Scouts Unit number 2 have returned safely to the city with 22 workers, 7 children and 2 steam cores. Let's send them right out again. To the Frozen Grove. Steam hub range upgrade have been researched. And we'll just keep them on range 2. This one has reached the temporary settlement. The settlement seems to have been abandoned. It consists of several tidy wooden shacks that are now completely empty. An upright boulder stands at its center. Memory of injustice. The center of the settlement is marked with an upright boulder. On its roughly planed face, someone chiseled the following. May God forgive the genius who sacrificed human lives in the name of progress, for we can't. Exiles of Tesla City. We won't touch the monument, but we decided to dismantle the huts for wood. Sites discovered, Walled Colony and Dreadnought Landing. We get 215 wood and 1 steam core. Walled Colony. Dreadnought Landing. We want to go there. Now I think we have room for more houses within the hot zone. Like so, and then we need to build a road. This is a cute little involuted road that I'm building here. There we go. We have 35 vacant beds, but 20 of them are in care houses, so that's 15 vacant beds. And all the children should be in a child shelter. Excellent. It's time to put this one into emergency shift. But we'll do that when the clock is 20. Perfect. Discotheque is going up because people are hungry. Well, you should go eat then. United by faith. Sir, we're holding an evening prayer this afternoon. Plenty of people are here. They are praying, but also talking and laughing. I haven't seen anything this heartening in our city for a long time. It's really brought the community together. I'm glad to hear that. Let's do the sermon. Now put this one into emergency overtime. Guess we can... Oh, something's happening out here. Refusal to work. A man assigned to an emergency shift has refused to work. He said that he's already worn out and he doesn't want to end up dead like one of his friends. Let him rest. Let's put another worker in there. Let's upgrade the houses in there. This one is waiting because we have no space for the coal. Doing quite well on that. Scouts have reached the Dreadnought landing. A huge ship has been dismantled here. Only its massive keel plates remain under the ice. Railroad tracks lead south. Light to the south. We found a piece of hull plate bolted to a boulder. It's engraved with the following inscription. In the year 1886, the American expedition aboard Hephaestus landed here in search of a haven from the global glaciation. May God preserve the souls of our fellow countrymen who perished on the way aboard our sister ship, Prometheus. Site discovered, Tesla City, and we find metal, wood, and yet another steam core. Let's pop on over to Tesla City then. And I'm a bit wary about the houses that I upgrade because of the... I don't know if I get any buildings on Faith. That requires a zone of influence. Writing on the wall. Captain, someone has defaced the walls with predictions of doom for our city. This is troubling. People already fear we'll share Winterhome's fate, and scared minds are swayed by even the smallest nudges. Send a cleric to reassure people. Lose a tiny bit of hope. We can pass a new law. Faithkeepers, new building. Doesn't say anything about rising hope. It lowers discontent. The temple, however, that raises hope. Yep, temple it is.
Everyone, new law is signed.
We need more steel. And we're not researching. We want... Let's go with the Steam Steelworks. How much did that temple cost? 40? Oh, what we actually need is wood.
Time to get to work.
Scouts have reached the Tesla City. The city is modern and meticulously built. A tall tower emits a constant barrier of lightning, deflecting the incoming snow, but nobody comes out to greet us. Thunder unleashed. Able minds and bodies will prevail over the cold, reads the slogan over the entrance to Tesla City. The central tall tower shines with the blue glow of electric discharges which form a protective dome over the town. But something went wrong here. There are charred bodies lying in the streets, and the stench of burned flesh taints the air. We saw a lightning streak from the tower, hitting a building and leaving a gash in its roof. Lights discovered fishing village, but we will risk entering the city. And the scouts was obviously lost. Guess we need to deploy a new team then, which we need to send to Tesla City. No. Okay, let's go to the fishing village with them then. That's annoying. I think we need to set up another sawmill. I didn't want to open that. There we go. Steam Steelworks have been researched. Let's upgrade to that. And then we have plenty of metal, but we do not have much wood. I don't particularly fancy the factory. Prosthesis, or however you pronounce that correctly. That is a difficult word to pronounce. They are useful. The automatons, yes, they are quite useful as well, but steam cores isn't exactly a luxury on this level. Okay, something is going in here. Long hours of toil. Sir, our people are worn out. Some of them have been working on extended shifts for days on end. Their effort is taking its toll and they're becoming restless. They deserve a break. Good idea. You will have to keep regular shifts everywhere for 3 days. Or I can just ignore it. I will ignore it. I'm not that concerned with the discontent. Now, this temple is huge. What's the base heat of that? Base heating level 3. Okay, let's build that there. Extend this road. I think that it would be a good idea to get level 4. Which requires 125 and 75. But for now, that is a good spot to end the episode. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all next time.